Iranian here, with a message for every single American who voted for President Trump. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. God bless President Trump, God bless the US military, and God bless America. We can't wait until Iran is free and we can welcome you back to our country with open arms and be the allies that we used to be before the Islamic regime took over our country in 1979. That's it. Thank you. Thank you so much, and God bless America.
I'm so sick and tired of this whole situation that I actually needed to come out here and talk to you guys about this. I'm just speaking for my non-Iranian followers and for whoever is following me and they're not doing anything about this. This is disgusting. Let me get something straight. Religion is something personal. Yeah, we all agree on that. All of like the normal-headed people agree on that. Religion is something super, super, super personal. It's none of my business what's your religion. It's none of your business what's my religion, okay? And we get that. Totally agree on that, yeah? We are in the same boat. Imagine a government coming to your country, you're originally not that religion, and they forcing that religion into you. You're growing up with all of the rules and regulation of that specific religion, which is not the actual religion, is the exaggerated version of it. And they're forcing you to believe it and follow it. And if you don't, you get killed. And if you speak up, you get killed. And your parents get away and they kill your parents, they kill your kids, the economy, the money, everything is super fucked up, and people are fed up with this bullshit for so many years that they finally want to come out and do something about it. Every single time they kill people, they cut them off internet, they cut them off phone calls, they cut them off everything so nobody can hear them. They trap them in the country and they start the shotgun. Just imagine that. Just imagine that happens in your country. What would you do about it? You'll talk about it. Imagine they're forcing a religion you not believe. What are you going to do? The first reaction you're going to have, you're going to be like, I'm sick and tired of these religions you are pushing into my brain. And you're killing me and all of my families and all of my peoples and everybody's for this. I'm sick and tired of it. Even though if it's good, I'm fucking sick and tired of it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to follow it. It's a fate. You got to believe it in your heart. And what are you guys doing is a genocide. And we're not going to believe that. So people eventually gonna start talking about it and be like, we don't want this. We don't want this regime. We don't want the fucking supreme leader. He's a fucking killer and he's killing all of the young generation and he's killing everybody. He's killing all the dreams. He's killing all of the futures. He's killing the economy. He's killing our country. And all over the world, everybody shuts up about it. That's what's pissing me off. If it was about the Palestine, everybody would go out there and be like, oh my God, they are attempting genocide in Palestine. They're killing people. But just because this government is Islamic government, everybody's like, oh my God, no. They are fucking burning mosques. Oh my God, no. So all of the Arab countries shut up about it just because of this. Imagine if you're a Muslim. Your country is a Muslim country. Okay, respect that. We don't give a fuck. It's your country. And we are Christians. We come to your country and we force you to be Christians and we will burn all of your mosques and be like, you have to go to the church. How would you feel about this? This is not about the religion. This is about the economy. This is about the human rights. And I'm sick and tired of everybody's talking about this. But, oh my God, but this, but that, but Islamic Republic's done that, but Iran did that. Iran's have nukes. Iran have this. Iran have that. This is all government. It's nothing. Have nothing to do with the people. You guys need to speak up for the Iran right now, because then I'm telling you right now, 10 years, 20 years from now, that will be your country. Either if it's Germany, if it's Canada, if it's UK, if it's anywhere else. Because all of that exaggerated Islamic mind people will fuck your country up as well. We can see it right now. Look at UK right now. Look at Germany right now. And people are actually saying it. They're saying it in your face that they will take over. If you don't stop the exaggerated Islam right now and there's exaggerated governments and the dictatorship and the fucked up supreme leader of Iran right now, that will be your country very soon. I can promise you that. Everybody, you need to speak up. You need to do something about the human rights. And I'm sick and tired of all of the activists, all of the people that back Palestine up. Why you're suddenly shut up right now? If it was about the human rights, then talk about it. We need to do something. They don't have the voice. They are trapped in a country. They have no connection to the outside world. And us Iranian outside of the country, what the hell we are doing? We are screaming and yelling for help. Nobody's acknowledging us. And there is a literal genocide happening in my country and nobody's talking about it. Everybody sits there, but if they go and then the Pahlavis come back, the Pahlavis done this, and who gives a fuck about after? We are giving a fuck about right now. It's been 2 weeks. They've been trapped in a country and they've been getting shots and they die. There is a pile of fucking bodies in the streets. They're asking for money to get the people's bodies back to their families. Do you know what that is? Imagine your brothers and sisters. That happened to them. I have so much friends and family in Iran. Even though the people in Iran that I have no connection with, no idea who they are all my brothers and sisters. And it makes me so angry that nobody talks about this. You guys need to do something about this right now. I'm so sick and tired of it. Everybody shuts up. If you're Indian, if you're Pakistani, I don't give a fuck. Just do something about this. Just talk about this. Because you well know if it was your country, all of us Persian will talk about it. You guys need to remember the history. You guys need to remember who we were back in the days before these fucked up governments come and take over our countries. This is not right. This is not human. Like, I don't know in what earth this is normal. And other super countries, they need to help us right now. We need your help. Not for something greater to come. Not because of our oil. Not because of our this. Stop this. This is our country. We want it to be free. And I'm so sick and tired of everybody's posting, oh my God, but I followed you for the other content, not this nonsense. This is my country and my people. I have nothing more important to post these days. If you don't like it, you can simply fucking unfollow me and I'll be more than happy if you get the fuck out of my page. Stop this and do something about it right now.
I am an Iranian, a Persian, and these last few days I have been asked, why are you protesting? What is the problem? This is a full-scale revolution. It is a fight for human rights, for women, life and freedom. I try to explain how the Islamic Republic of Akhunds and Ayatollahs is completely against Iranians and humanity. They have murdered Iranians since their very first day, with tens of thousands of executions. They have criminalized ordinary behaviors such as not wearing a hijab, mixed gender socializing, music, singing, dancing, parties, alcohol, dating, art, and many more. They prosecute you with any accusation they like, especially muharebe, which means fighting with God, to execute you, imprison you, torture you, or even beat you with lashes. You are publicly punished for speech, online posts, clothing, and private beliefs. This regime has drained Iran's resources over 47 years of its reign due to poor management, simple indifference towards life itself, implementing terror and hardship on people to the point that lakes are gone, forests are gone, the sea is full of dead fish due to pollution, and the air is so toxic that we have an ever-increasing number of cancer. Every now and then, households don't have electricity or water. You do not choose any part of the government, nothing. It is all set up for you by the people who are in the system. Khamenei is the supreme leader and everyone else is his hand-picked pawns. Power is militarized and insulated from accountability. People are economically isolated on purpose. We do not have access to Amazon, PayPal, Visa or MasterCard or any global company. We ride outdated, low-quality, local, unreliable, though expensive cars. The internet is always slow and controlled, making it frustrating to look for information other than what they provide. You cannot access YouTube, Telegram, Instagram, or any other website unless you illegally have a VPN. This regime of oppression has poisoned people's minds from the early age of 6 with its ideology. They teach you whatever they want you to believe and repeat, not only on TV, but in school and in every book you hold in your hand. As a child, you are forced to wear the clothes that decide for you. A 6-year-old girl goes to school with a magnet on her head and clothes that are 6 times bigger than her, so she becomes used to dressing this way for the rest of her life. With the internet blackout, they have put everyone in the dark so they cannot contact with each other, to not let the movements become organized, to let fear take over. But they do not know that there is no fear in the heart of an Iranian. We want our country back and we fight with our own bare hands.
This is the message to President Trump. President Trump, what you see behind me are tens of thousands of Iranian Americans who've been part of the United States for the last 45 years. We've been tax-paying Americans. We have stood behind the United States for the last 45 years. But right now, our brothers and sisters are getting killed back in Iran, and we're asking you and the government to start as fast as possible to go to Iran and save our brothers and sisters. There is no one else out there but you who could get the job done. Time is of the essence. We want you to go back, and we're all screaming back here. We're all screaming for you to go back there and get the job done. It's time to start against the biggest mafia of the world, which is Iranian regime. Please do not wait. God bless America. God bless Iran. Let's make Iran great again.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I am going to be sharing a message. Hello, President Trump. Today, I am the voice of the people of Iran, people who are exhausted by violence, oppression, and injustice. We call on the governments of Israel and United States of America to respond immediately and responsibly. Mr. Trump, act now. The silence in the face of the suffering of the people is not neutral.
Mr. Trump, Mr. Netanyahu, on behalf of all Iranians, I want to thank you. Thank you for delivering your promise. Thank you for saving Iranian people after being held hostage for 47 years by this dictator murder Islamic regime. This is truly the happiest day of all Iranian people around the world within the past 47 years. If anyone doubts that, just see the comments under this post. See how happy people are.
Iran is not an Islamic nation. It's a nation that was colonized by Islam. Our indigenous faith is Zoroastrianism. That's why young Iranians across Iran are coming out and saying that they are not Muslim. They are Iranian and Zoroastrian. And a lot of people don't understand just how brave that is, because leaving Islam in Iran is punishable by death. In the past few nights, thousands of Iranians have been slaughtered by the Islamic regime for coming out and protesting and standing up for who they are and who their ancestors were. And this is a pattern that's been happening for 1400 years. In the 7th century AD, Muhammad used his newly founded religion to conquer and colonize the Arabian Peninsula. He massacred communities that refused to convert to Islam. For example, in 627 AD, the Islamic army massacred the Jewish community of Banu Qurayza. They executed every single man in the community and forcibly took their wives and daughters as slaves. See, in the Quran, it says that if you kill a man in battle, you have a right to his wife, and you're allowed to have up to 4 wives. So colonization of indigenous communities is encoded into the Quran. From there, they went on to conquer and colonize Iran, which was traditionally a Zoroastrian land for thousands of years. And within Iran, multiple religions flourished, such as Judaism and Christianity, because core principles of Zoroastrianism are freedom of choice and equality of all humans. At first, those who refused to convert were murdered. They began to realize that Iranians didn't want to convert to Islam, and they couldn't murder every Iranian because they depended on Iranians for their caliphate's economy to function. So what they did is made Zoroastrians and other religious groups second-class citizens. Under Islamic rule, Zoroastrians were not allowed to ride horses. We weren't allowed to have dogs, which are sacred in Zoroastrianism. And we had to wear specific clothing that identified us as non-Muslim and Zoroastrian. Does that sound familiar? And on top of stripping away all of our native cultural traditions, we had to pay a tax for not being Muslim called a jizya tax. And we had to do it through a humiliation ritual where we went and bowed to our Muslim rulers and paid them our tax. And under the Islamic law, if you converted to Islam, you got to get the inheritance from your deceased relatives instead of your Zoroastrian relatives. And for a long period of time after those initial conquests, we weren't even allowed to speak our language, Farsi. This is all documented in the book 2 Centuries of Silence. I highly recommend reading it. And so this system of Islamic colonization forced many of our ancestors to convert to Islam simply out of convenience. If you're not allowed to ride a horse, how are you able to get to the next town to sell your goods? If you have to pay an extra tax that your neighbors and competitors in business don't have to pay, then you get screwed. This oppression continued for centuries with every following Muslim dynasty that ruled Iran, except for the Pahlavi dynasty. Before the Safavid Empire, there were over 500,000 Zoroastrians in Iran. By the end of the Safavid Empire, there were only 100,000 left after mass murders of Zoroastrians. After that, the Qajar dynasty took the number of Zoroastrians in Iran from 100,000 down to 10,000. Now, Zoroastrians fought very hard to maintain their faith, and we still exist to this day. Small communities continue to exist in places like Yazd, and a lot of Zoroastrians had to flee to India in order to maintain their faith. Thanks to those people, I was able to revert to Zoroastrianism, which has completely changed my life and helped me kind of unravel generations of trauma, and it's helped me become a much better husband and father and member of my community. And that's what brave Iranians are fighting for and dying for right now in the streets of Iran. The right to be themselves, the right to their indigenous faith and culture, the right to freedom. In Iran, it's illegal for women to show their hair. It's illegal for them to dance. It's illegal for them to sing, but that's not who we are. In Zoroastrian Iran, women were extremely well respected. They were businesswomen, they were military commanders, they were queens who ruled the entire empire. And a huge difference in Zoroastrianism is that we don't say that the woman has to be subservient to the man. We say that the man and woman must earn each other through righteousness every day. We're not, it's very easy to say that you're superior because of the gender you were born with. The harder and more challenging path is to earn your place and earn your respect every day. And that's what Zoroastrianism calls on us to do. The Islamic regime has completely blacked out the internet. They turn off the switch whenever these protests happen so they can slaughter our people in the dark. So if any of this connects or resonates with you, we need your help. I don't think many people understand that this is potentially the most significant point in history in the 21st century. If the Islamic regime is gone, all of their terrorist proxies, such as Hezbollah and Hamas, are gone, and the conflict in the Middle East will begin to dissipate. If you actually care about people's lives in the Middle East, please help us and speak up now. What we do in life echoes in eternity.